Will Trump actually be impeached? When people hear the word impeachment, they think that he's going to just be removed automatically right after that. Impeachment merely just starts the process of removal. There's a great chance he'll be convicted in the Senate. There's senators that have disdain for him and really don't like him that are Republicans. But there's Republican senators that are in states that are Democratic stronghold states, and really they shouldn't even be in power there, but they are in power there because they were able to convey and sway certain amount of voters there to help elect them and get them into office, even though that those are primarily Democratic states. They shouldn't even be in existence there. And I'm about to name these senators, a couple of them. Susan Collins out of Maine, she shouldn't be there. Cory Gardner out of Colorado, a state in which weed is legal and has been legal for some time now, which his party opposes. Lisa Murkowski, senator from Alaska, has voted against him on many things. Mitt Romney, when Trump first announced that he was going to run for president, Mitt Romney came out and said that Trump was a fraud and a phony. Now Mitt Romney will ultimately be in a position to, quite frankly, foresee Trump's removal. And what's going on now is you have your Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, saying that he's going to be working in direct coordination with the White House. So the White House will be overseeing their own trial. That doesn't make sense, and not only does it not make sense, it's undermining the actual process itself. And Mitch McConnell should be ashamed of himself, but he doesn't really care. I mean, this is the same guy who's taken millions of dollars in bribery from coal companies and other companies that have done significant harm to people in his state, in Kentucky. So ultimately, will he be impeached? Yes, he's being impeached as I speak right now by the House. They're going to move forward with this because he has left them with no other choice, because he keeps doing things that are undermining our democracy and our country. He keeps communicating with countries, trying to get information on other candidates that are currently running for the office. In some cases, that's treason. It was treason when he did it with the Russians. It's treason now when he's doing it with Ukraine, and from what else I hear, China. He keeps doing it and he won't stop, which is why they're moving forward on impeachment. And there's a good case and a good argument that he will become impeached. Now, the scary part to all of this is Mike Pence would assume the office of the presidency. Mike Pence would actually understand how to drastically shift and change the system fundamentally for his cause and for his party and for what they believe. Mike Pence could be removed as well because several of his aides were hiding information and not coming forward with information and things of that nature. So at the same time, I could see Mike Pence being removed along with the whole entire cabinet, honestly. And if that were to happen, then Nancy Pelosi, our Speaker of the House, would become the President of the United States until the election is held. But what are my thoughts on this whole entire ordeal? Once again, I think Trump will be removed from office. I don't think he'll make it. I really do not think he'll make it, because we're so quick to say, oh, well, the Senate won't convict him. They're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. The Senate it's actually probable in some cases, like I keep saying, because you have Republican senators that are in Democratic stronghold states. Honestly, it's a good day for America, really, to be honest with you, because this should have been happened a long time ago. Trump should have been removed from office. Finally at the point to where Congress finally wants to do something. The thing is, they're acting slowly. Nancy Pelosi has acted very slow in this whole entire ordeal, this whole entire process. They're just now coming forward to do it. They should have been did this a long time ago. Trump engaged in treason before he was even the president. Now, when there's a Senate hearing on impeachment, this is going to take time away from the campaign trail for Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, and also Cory Booker. I don't know if he's even still running. He's not going to win anyway, but still, it's going to take time away from them because now they have to deal with Trump and his antics and vote on impeachment there in the Senate. And like I keep saying, the probability of him actually being removed from office is actually I would probably say 55-50, honestly. Seriously, honestly. Like, I believe he could honestly be removed from office. All the evidence is overwhelmingly stacked up against him. And you have Republican senators who are in states that are vulnerable. So when voters go to decide on whether or not they want to vote for these senators again, they're going to take this whole entire ordeal and process into account. Now, if they fail to convict him in the Senate, which is a good chance that could happen as well, because Mitch McConnell is going to do everything in his power to prevent this from happening. And remember, this is the same man who blocked Barack Obama from nominating Supreme Court justices. So don't underestimate Mitch McConnell and his power there in the Senate. And now there are polls that are indicating that more Americans are supporting the impeachment and removal of Donald Trump. Quite frankly, it's just because all the evidence is stacked up and amounted against him. He can't explain any of this. All he does is try to lie and get his supporters to carry out his lies. And he calls any information telling the truth about him fake media and fake news. That's Donald Trump's playbook, which is why many Americans now support impeachment more than at any other time in the history of our country, including back when Richard Nixon was going through the impeachment process. Richard Nixon knew he was going to get removed from office, which is why he just said, fuck it, I'm going to resign. What the fuck am I going to get impeached for and get embarrassed for? Donald Trump might want to start thinking about that same entire thing, because things aren't looking too good for him right now. They just aren't. Politicians often and times follow polls and where the polls are going and where they're trending. Right now it's trending towards impeachment and towards removal because of the things that he's done. And when you have Republican senators that are in Democratic stronghold states, they're looking at these same polls and they're saying, man, how can I vote no? So it's gonna happen. I'm predicting right now that Donald Trump will be removed from the office of the presidency. I'm calling it.